Remember walking into Fry's Electronics? Giant, robust statues, Egyptian temples, space stations, flying saucers hanging from the ceiling. Each store was a themed wonderland. You could buy microprocessors and potato chips in the same trip. Computer components, test equipment, software, snacks, technical books, everything a tech geek needed under one elaborate, ridiculous roof. At its peak in 2014, Fry's had 34 stores across 9 states. These weren't just electronics stores, they were destinations. Places you'd spend hours wandering on a Saturday afternoon. And then something weird happened. The shelves went empty. Stores stayed open but looked abandoned. Products vanished. For 2 years, Fry's limped along as a ghost of itself. On February 24, 2021, Fry's announced the immediate closure of all remaining stores. No warning, just done. What happened? How did the most beloved electronics retailer in America become a meme about empty shelves and then disappear? Let's break it down. Fry's Electronics started because of a supermarket. In 1972, Charles Fry sold the Fry Supermarkets chain in California for $14 million. He gave each of his 3 sons, John, Randy, and David, about $1 million each. None of them wanted to be in the grocery business. But John Fry had an idea. He'd worked as the IT manager for the supermarket chain. He understood retail. And in the mid-1980s, he saw an opportunity in Silicon Valley. Personal computers were exploding. Tech professionals needed components. Hobbyists were building their own machines. But there was nowhere to buy everything in one place. So John took the grocery store model and applied it to electronics. On May 17, 1985, John Fry, his brothers Randy and David, and John's former girlfriend, Catherine Calder, opened the first Fry's Electronics in Sunnyvale, California. The original store was 20,000 square feet, and it was unlike any electronics store before it. Fry's stocked microprocessors, like the Intel 80286, right off the shelf. Test equipment, integrated circuits, computer components, software. But they also sold potato chips, snack foods, soft drinks, technical books, magazines, including Playboy. The store called itself the one-stop shop for the Silicon Valley professional. You could buy computer chips and potato chips at the same time. This wasn't Best Buy. This wasn't Radio Shack. Fry's was massive. It had everything. Components most stores didn't carry. OEM parts, obscure cables. If you were building a computer or fixing electronics, Fry's had what you needed. And then Fry's started making the stores memorable. The second Sunnyvale location was designed to look like the interior of a giant computer. Simulated circuit boards on the walls. The exterior painted like a huge integrated circuit chip. The door handles were shaped like enter and escape keys on a keyboard. This became Fry's signature, elaborate themed stores. Throughout the 90s and 2000s, Fry's expanded. Each new store had a different theme. The Burbank store, 1950s science fiction. Giant statues of Gort from the day the earth stood still. Darth Vader, huge ants from Them hanging from the ceiling. Car bodies from 1957 Chevys as dining tables. A flying saucer above the entrance. The Campbell store, Egyptian temple theme. The Palo Alto store, Wild West. The Webster, Texas store near NASA, space station themed. The Fishers, Indiana store, racetrack with vintage Indianapolis photos. These stores were experiences. You didn't just shop at Fry's, you explored. By 2014, Fry's had 34 stores in 9 states, 17 in California alone. For tech enthusiasts, builders, and hobbyists, Fry's was a cathedral, a weekend destination. You'd spend 2 hours wandering the aisles, discovering things you didn't know you needed. Fry's was the last place you could walk in and buy obscure components off the shelf. The place where professionals and amateurs shopped side by side. So what was it actually like to shop at Fry's? The themed stores. This can't be overstated. Walking into Fry's wasn't like walking into Best Buy. Each store was a spectacle. Science fiction wonderlands, historical themes. These were retail as entertainment. The selection. Fry's had everything. Not just computer electronics, components, resistors, capacitors, cables, adapters, test equipment, parts most big box stores would never stock. If you were building or repairing anything electronic, Fry's probably had it. The hobbyist paradise. Fry's understood its core customer. Tech professionals and serious hobbyists. People who built their own computers, fixed their own equipment, needed specific parts right now, not shipped in 3 days. The impulse aisle. Fry's had a legendary impulse buy section at checkout. Gadgets, tools, weird tech accessories. You'd go in for a cable and leave with $200 worth of stuff you didn't plan to buy. The weekend ritual. For a generation of tech people, Fry's was where you went on Saturday. Browse the new releases. Check out the latest components. See what's on sale. Maybe grab lunch. It was a destination, not just a store. Fry's filled a specific need that no one else did. Best Buy was too mainstream. Radio Shack was too small. Online shopping was growing, but you couldn't browse and discover online the way you could at Fry's. For tech geeks, Fry's was home. Unlike Blockbuster or Borders, Fry's didn't have one catastrophic decision that killed them. Instead, Fry's died from multiple wounds over many years. Mistake number 1, late to e-commerce. Fry's was shockingly slow to embrace online sales. They finally entered e-commerce in 2001, but they did it by buying a company called Siberian Outpost and selling through Outpost.com. This confused customers. People didn't connect Outpost.com with Fry's electronics stores. The branding was separate. It made no sense. Fry's didn't fix this until 2006, 5 years later, when they finally launched Fry's.com and unified the brand. By then, Amazon had been selling electronics for over a decade. Newegg was established. Fry's had seeded the entire online market. Mistake number 2, poor customer service culture. As early as 1997, Forbes reported that Fry's had terrible customer service. The company had an internal policy called the Double H, hoops and hurdles, designed to make it hard for customers to get refunds. In 1998, USA Today and Wired wrote about frustrated Fry's customers dealing with poor service. This wasn't occasional bad luck. This was company culture. Fry's prioritized sales over customer satisfaction, and it damaged the brand. Mistake number 3, management scandals. In 2008, Fry's Vice President of Merchandising and Operations, Usaf Umar Siddiqui, was charged by federal prosecutors in a massive kickback scheme. Siddiqui had been taking kickbacks from vendors. He used the money to feed a gambling addiction in Las Vegas. He lost $162 million gambling. This wasn't just bad PR. It damaged Fry's relationships with vendors, and those vendor relationships would prove critical later. Mistake number 4, vendor relationship collapse. By 2019, something strange was happening at Fry's. The shelves were empty, not low stock, empty. Vast sections of stores with nothing on display. Entire aisles bare. Customers started posting photos online. It was becoming a meme. Went to Fry's, found empty shelves and sadness. Fry's claimed they were transitioning to a consignment model with vendors. They insisted they weren't closing. But what really happened? Vendors stopped trusting Fry's. After years of scandals, late payments, and mismanagement, suppliers refused to stock products unless Fry's paid up front or took them on consignment. Fry's couldn't afford to buy inventory. Vendors wouldn't extend credit. The consignment model failed, so stores stayed open but looked abandoned. For 2 years, Fry's operated like a ghost. Doors open, lights on, almost nothing to sell. It was surreal, apocalyptic. People would walk through empty Fry stores like they were touring ruins. Mistake number 5. Unable to compete with Amazon. By 2019, Amazon dominated electronics sales. You could get anything cheaper and faster online. Why drive to Fry's for empty shelves when Amazon had it tomorrow? Micro Center still survived by focusing on in-person service and local customers. But Fry's had burned too many bridges. Poor service, empty stores, no competitive advantage. The combination was fatal. Between 2019 and early 2021, Fry's slowly closed locations. December 2019, the Palo Alto store, Fry's oldest remaining location, closed. December 2019, the Duluth, Georgia store closed without warning. March 2020, Anaheim closed. November 2020, Campbell closed. By early 2021, only 30 stores remained, but they were barely operating. Empty shelves, skeleton staff, customers walking through wondering if Fry's was already dead. Then on the evening of February 23, 2021, rumors started spreading online. Employees were reportedly told all stores would close immediately. Fry's deleted its Facebook page, set its Twitter to private. That night, Bay Area News confirmed it. At midnight PST on February 24, 2021, Fry's.com went offline. A letter appeared on the website. After nearly 36 years in business as a one-stop shop and online resource for high-tech professionals across 9 states and 31 cities, Fry's Electronics has made the difficult decision to shut down its operations and close its business permanently. The letter blamed changes in the retail industry and the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. But everyone knew the truth. Fry's had been dying for years. COVID was just the final excuse. All 30 remaining stores closed immediately. No liquidation sales, no final clearance, just closed. Employees found out the same day customers did. People with repairs in progress were told they'd be notified how to claim their equipment. Within weeks, the theme decorations started coming down. The flying saucers, the Egyptian statues, the giant robots. Fry's entered liquidation. Real estate sold off. Assets auctioned. By April 2021, it was over. From 34 stores to 0 in 2 years. Unlike Blockbuster, with its one store in Bend, Oregon, or Gibson's with one in Kerrville, Texas, Fry's has no survivors. Every store is gone. The themed wonderlands demolished or converted. The Burbank location, with its flying saucer and sci-fi statues, appeared in the 2022 movie Nope after closing. Then it was demolished in 2025. Even the iconic spaceship decoration is gone. There's no last Fry's to visit. No physical reminder. Just photos online, memories, and those eerie images of empty stores from 2019 to 2021 that became a meme. Fry's didn't fade slowly into history like other retail chains. It died weird, operating for 2 years as an empty shell before suddenly collapsing. If you want to see what Fry's was like, all you have left are memories and the photos. So what killed Fry's? Amazon? Yes, partially. E-commerce destroyed traditional electronics retail, but Best Buy survived. Micro Center survived. They adapted. Fry's didn't have to die. Here's what actually killed them. Multiple strategic failures. Fry's made every wrong choice. Too late to e-commerce. 2001 Outpost confusion didn't fix until 2006. Handed Amazon 5+ years head start. Poor customer service culture. Hoops and hurdles policy that drove customers away. Management scandals. VP gambling away $162 million damaged vendor relationships. Vendor relationship collapse. Couldn't buy inventory. Consignment model failed. No competitive moat. Once Amazon dominated, Fry's had nothing unique to offer. Death by 1,000 cuts. Unlike Gibson's refusing Sam Walton, one fatal decision, Fry's died from accumulated failures over decades. Each mistake made recovery harder. By 2019, Fry's had no credibility with vendors, no customer loyalty, no online presence, and no path forward. The empty shelves era. Fry's spent 2 years operating stores with almost nothing to sell. This was unprecedented. Most failing retailers close or liquidate. Fry's just kept doors open while dying. Why? Probably hoping for a miracle, a buyer, a turnaround, but it was over. Everyone knew it. The lesson? You can't survive on nostalgia. Themed stores are fun, but they don't matter if you can't stock products, serve customers, or compete online. Being beloved by tech geeks doesn't save you from bad management, vendor problems, and Amazon. And if your stores are empty for 2 years, you're not transitioning to a new model. You're already dead. Fry's had everything. The brand, the locations, the passionate customer base. They threw it away through mismanagement, scandals, and refusal to adapt. Fry's Electronics went from 34 stores to 0 in just 2 years. For those who remember it, Fry's represents a specific time when you could walk into a themed wonderland and find obscure components off the shelf. When shopping for electronics was an experience, not just clicking add to cart. That world is gone. Amazon won. Best Buy survived by adapting. Micro Center found a niche. But Fry's became a meme about empty shelves and then disappeared. There's no last Fry's to visit. No survivors. Just memories of flying saucers, Egyptian temples, and aisles full of everything a tech geek could want. Now here's my question for you. What store do you remember from your childhood that's completely gone now? Drop it in the comments. I might cover it in a future video. Subscribe to Then vs. Now for more stories about businesses that used to dominate online and then disappeared, as well as other videos about other subjects we think you'll enjoy. Thanks for watching, everyone, and God bless you all.